So today we're going to dig into something called the well-paid coach. It's all about a five-step method designed to take coaches from being, brilliant but broke to totally overbooked. The book kicks off with this really powerful idea that the coaching industry has this strange paradox at its heart. And that paradox really boils down to this one big question, right? Why are so many brilliant coaches, people who can genuinely change lives, why are they so often broke? Think about it. These coaches, they have the skills to transform someone's entire career. They can help people navigate massive changes. But then, when it comes to that one crucial conversation about payment, all that confidence just evaporates, and the client just walks away. So, according to the author, this whole struggle really comes down to three common traps that coaches fall into. First, there's the hope marketing trap, where you just post stuff online and cross your fingers. Then there's the free coaching trap, where you give away all your best stuff for free and then wonder why no one wants to pay. And finally, the big one, the soft conversation trap. That's where every call ends with a weak "let me think about it" instead of a solid yes. Okay, so to make this super clear, the book introduces us to someone named Cindy. She's this newly certified coach, just bursting with passion. She's got the certificate on the wall, and she is so ready to get out there and start helping people. So Cindy gets on these calls, right, and she does everything she was taught. She talks about her training, her methods, how much she cares. But what happens? Every single time, the call ends with that dreaded, frustrating line, "This sounds great. Let me think about it." And this right here, this is the absolute core of the problem. The book just nails it with this quote. Her certification had trained her how to coach, but no one had taught her how to enroll clients into coaching. See, there's this massive gap in their skills that most coaching programs just completely ignore. All right, so who figured this out? The solution comes from Dr. Jace. He's a five-figure coach himself, and get this, he went through the exact same struggle. So he took what he knew and his own tough experiences and basically built a system to fix it. And that system is called the PNTCOR method. Now, it's really important to note, this isn't some cheesy word-for-word sales script. It's a framework, a structured five-step guide that helps you turn those awkward, cringy sales calls into what he calls enrollment conversations. Totally different vibe. So what does PNTCO even stand for? Well, it's five simple but powerful steps: pain, numbers, tried, credibility, and offer. Let's break down exactly what each of those means. Okay, so step one is all about uncovering the pain. And we're not talking about the surface level problem they think they have. The real goal here is to go deeper, because people don't buy coaching. They buy relief. They're looking to solve the thing that is literally keeping them awake at night. Next up, step two, quantify with numbers. This is huge. This is where you help the person translate that fuzzy emotional pain into a cold, hard number, a real cost. Why? Because that's what creates urgency. It makes the problem real. And here's what that looks like in practice. The conversation completely shifts. It goes from a vague, "I feel stuck in my job," to a very specific, "Wow, this career stagnation is costing me $85,000 a year in lost opportunities." All of a sudden, that stuck feeling has a price tag, and it's a big one. All right, step three is where you explore what they've already tried to do to fix this. See, before someone's really open to your solution, they have to admit to themselves that their solutions haven't worked. This step is about gently guiding them to that conclusion on their own. Now, step four is about establishing credibility, but here's the secret. It's all about timing. If you start the conversation by listing all your degrees and certifications, it just sounds like bragging, right? It's just noise. But after they feel truly heard and understood, that's the perfect moment to say, "Hey, I can actually help you solve that very specific, very expensive problem we just talked about." And that brings us to the grand finale. Step five, making an irresistible offer. And the secret sauce here isn't about slashing your prices. No way. It's all about something called the value reframe. So, how does this value reframe work? It's brilliant, actually. First, you anchor the whole conversation to the size of the problem you already agreed on back in the numbers step. So you remind them, remember, we established this is an $85,000 problem. It's only after that big number is anchored in their mind that you introduce your fee. So now, when they hear, say, $150, they don't see it as a cost. They see it as a $150 solution to that giant problem. And that is the power of the reframe. Suddenly, your fee isn't an expense anymore. It's a tiny, 0.18% investment to make an $85,000 problem go away. I mean, the entire psychology of the decision just does a complete 180. And this whole idea is wrapped up perfectly in this quote from Dr. Jace Tan. He says, when a coaching prospect chooses not to sign up, it's usually because your value proposition isn't clearly communicated. The PNTCO method? Well, it's basically a system designed to communicate that value with crystal clarity every single time. I mean, look at the difference here. The before conversation is all about the price tag, and you get the same old response, ooh, that's too expensive. But the after conversation, the PNTCO way, focuses on the investment versus the problem. And the response? It completely changes to, wow, okay, that makes perfect sense. So you can see, this is so much more than just a sales script, right? The book really frames it as a genuine leadership skill. It's about being able to confidently lead someone from being stuck and unsure to a place where they can make a clear, powerful decision for themselves. At the end of the day, you're not selling them something. You're guiding them out of that fog of confusion and into a state of clarity and helping them commit to their own future. It's a total game changer. And that really leaves us with one final thought, especially for any coaches or consultants listening right now. Are you ready to stop just explaining your service and start truly closing with confidence?